I was like telling y'all to give her a shout out or whatever. She's sitting on the couch by me.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man.
That's
what's
crazy.
up. Hey,
Word up.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Facetious episode 100. I am one of your hosts. I am extremely excited to be back in
because
your
AA is here. Is this the part where I interrupt?
This is where he always interrupts. Look, Larry, aka Bluemanrule, joined as usual by the main interrupter himself. None other, aka what was it? Real Talk, aka Hot Fire, aka none other than Mike, aka Scarface, aka Real Talk. What's up, though?
Oh, I didn't hear you for a second, so I didn't hear everything you just said. What's up, nigga? But I opened the YouTube thing so I could see the chat, and then it started playing, and I heard me talking, and it was just all confusing. But but I'm here. I'm loaded up on medicine because I've been having headaches. So it's gonna be a fun time.
Absolutely.
And it's probably going to be a situation where I'm not going to be able to control my mouth very well. So,
like you do anyway,
I very much do. There's so many times that I just want to cuss, and I don't get to cuss like I want to around here.
All right, well, look, we got somebody else to ring in. It's none other than the angry mailman himself, y'all. It is my dude, Anthony Alex, aka. What do you go by now out there on Twitter? Is it Angry Pot? What is it? Anthony, just
Angry Podcast. No, I still haven't been able to get that back. Some joker sitting on it is like one tweet said like Feliz Navidad. He's been sitting on it.
he just sitting out that 1 year so he can keep retaining the account.
No, not 1 year. One.
Just one.
If you go to Anthony Alex, yeah, he's got. At Anthony Alex and just cuss him out and tell him he needs to get rid of his Twitter where I can get that back. Podcast is the one I've been on for a long time.
Do you really want me to do that? Because you know I will.
Turn it up.
I don't really do the whole Twitter thing much these days. Like Twitter is just wild. Like I can't really mess with Twitter right now.
But
now, since I am on the show, I did contact some of my folks, and I did get a couple sponsors for this episode.
What?
Okay.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Who we get?
Yeah, because I like to bring money with me. You know, I don't want to bum off anybody. I've got two sponsors. One is Nick Saban Boomerangs.
Okay.
You just can't get rid of a Saban, right? You think it's out, you think it's gone, it's right back in it.
I thought it would have been Nick Saban's backtracking software.
Backtracking software.
And then secondly, and this sponsor was a little bit hard to get a hold of because he's been busy lately, and that is Weinstein's breakaway draws. When you gotta get naked before she gets away. They do have
from the makers of the Weinstein plastic soothing plants.
Now those Weinstein breakaway draws also are available now with the new peekaboo trapdoor. If you want to get in with that,
the peekaboo trapdoor, nice.
With or without. Yeah,
there you go. You always got to get a customer option, right? That's how we roll. So, well, that's great, man. Fantastic sponsor.
Two different SKUs.
Yeah, we saying mad shout outs to Detroit Slasher and Keith, who just joined us. What's going on, fellas? Hey, we really appreciate it. And okay, real quick, before we go back and think about some things, because I'm really excited about this episode, what I want to say is I got some feedback from last episode. So this is my boy Darrin, Mike. He wanted me to tell this to you specifically, so I wrote it down word for word. He said, in regards to splitting your food on the plate, he said, you smoke a vape liquid in your mouth called thug juice, but you won't let your mashed potatoes touch your stuffing? Like, he doesn't understand. He does not understand.
Okay. Hold up. All right. So first of all, it's called thug juice. I ain't name it. You know white people name that shit. So I didn't call it thug juice, and I didn't call it my nigga juice and tried to disguise it as Monica. I didn't do that. All they did was put some fruit flavors together and add some menthol, and they thought that it would be wise to call it Thug Juice or Monica Juice. But I didn't do that. You know that I didn't name it. I would have named it something else. You know what? I would have called it like Thug Passion or something like that. Even though you can actually. Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Thug Passion. Even though I think Get Wrecked Juices does have a vape called Thug Passion, and it's based off of the drink.
Okay. Word up. Word up.
Yeah. So yeah. And no, I don't want my food to touch. Period. I'm the type of dude that at Thanksgiving I will get like 2 or 3 things at a time because I don't want those 2 or 3 things to touch each other. Like I will get 2 or 3
So you make
things.
multiple trips just so you don't want your food to touch double A.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. I will go so far as there's certain foods I don't want their flavors mixing. Like I'm not going to put something sweet and put like mashed potatoes on it or something.
Okay.
But things in the same family, I have been known, especially at church functions, where you may only get one good run through there because them folks behind you is going to clean you out. You get one run, so you get that everything you can on that plate because you ain't going to see it again. I will even go a second layer with maybe some dry items on top of hush puppies. It's cool to put hush puppies on top of some vegetable or something, but you can't put like beef stew.
Then your hush puppies is all soggy. There's nothing better than a hush puppy with like a crispy, like a slightly crispy outside, and then the hush puppiness inside. Like I just got some hush puppies. I just got some hush puppies yesterday from Cookout. Like, no, it was Saturday. It was Saturday night. I got some hush puppies. I still got my hush puppies. I still got some left. I just got some hush puppies the other day. There's nothing better than hush puppies that ain't touched nothing else except for the little paper thing that they put the hush puppies in at Cookout. Sure. They ain't nothing. I'm not about that life. I will fight somebody. I had dinner with my girlfriend yesterday, right?
Okay.
And we made a few things, and while we were sitting there eating, her stuffing
pause
was no that was later. That was later.
Okay.
That was later.
My bad. Go ahead.
That was later. But she got stuffed. But her stuffing and her corn got mixed together, and she didn't separate it, and I almost ralphed. Like it was not. It's like that my stuffing in my cone. It's not supposed to, and like for real, if I got stuffing and corn on the same plate, I need to make sure that corn ain't got no juice. Like it's gonna have to be juiceless because the juice is gonna get all over on the rest of everything else on the plate. So I need to. So you gotta take the spoon. And you gotta put turn the spoon to a little bit, let the juice get all up off it, then put it on your plate. I can't do it. I just can't. I know it's not. And look, the worst part about it is, and I know we already talked about this, but I'm also the type of person that I eat one thing at a time. I can't just eat some stuffing and then eat a little bit of corn and go back to the stuffing. I can't do that. I'm gonna eat all my stuffing, and I'm gonna eat all my cone, and then I might go just straight pork chops after that, but like it's really not like I had some pork chops.
Hold on. Okay, so hold on. So we'll talk about this later, but I don't understand why you putting the meat last. Double A, am I wrong in thinking that the meat should come first?
No. You always do your meat last because your meat, that's the best part. You always say the best for last. Like when you go to McDonald's, do you eat your fries first? Don't you eat your fries first? Everybody eats the fries first.
I eat the fries first because if they get cold, they taste like paper.
See,
I prioritize in order of food quality.
No, that's exactly how I feel about corn. When corn gets cold, it is not very good corn. So go ahead and eat your corn first, and go ahead and work that out. And save them pork chops for last.
See, I'm coming from a different angle because I grew up one of 3. My dad and brother, sister, like everybody's gonna eat at my house,
right? Just
like the church picnic. You may just get one time through, okay? You grew up with an excess amount of food, okay? I grew up in the hood of Birmingham, and when my aunt used to keep us, she would keep us after school, and I was told I could either have a bologna sandwich or a cheese sandwich. I couldn't have a bologna and cheese sandwich. So that's how hard times was when I grew up. That being the case, you get one run, you get the best stuff you can get, and hope there's something left later. But probably ain't gonna be nothing later.
No, but this is how you do it when you in the hood. I'm gonna tell you, this is how you do it.
Okay, here we go. Let's go.
You get a bologna sandwich because you know bologna ain't really that expensive. So you fry up some bologna, but you make sure that you got 2 pieces of bologna, and then you take that cheese, fold that some bitch in half, and it makes that crease. And once you got the crease, you can pull it apart, and now you can share.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Vanderbilt, that you can throw 2 pieces of bologna and a piece of cheese on there. Okay. I grew up. You don't understand. I grew up in the hood of Birmingham, over by the fairgrounds. I could hear the rednecks out there on the racetrack. Yeah.
My girlfriend lived next to the big racetrack in Richmond now, so I know all of them people. When it's race day, bruh, the people that be in Walmart on race day, because I used to work right in front of. They just built a Walmart behind me, and so you know where I used to work at. And so like being over there on race day is like the most like interesting and you know like they have the roads shut down. They will shut down the roads for the race traffic, and so like it's like a little 4-lane highway or 4-lane road, and they will make it so that they will shut down the road so all 4 lanes are going towards or away from the racetrack. The traffic.
That's tough. That's tough.
So and then my girlfriend lives right before the racetrack. So like if on race day, on the big race days, they have to shut that place down because can't nobody get there.
When Talladega is in twice a year, it shuts Birmingham down. Like you can't go east out I-20 towards Atlanta because Talladega, like all the hotels for 100 miles are all full. Well, however many, it's like 150,000 people or something show up there. It's ridiculous.
Man,
shout out. The only real thing I know about Talladega, other than the racetrack, is the marching band, the Talladega marching band. Which the marching band is dope. They got like 300 people in the marching band, but they ain't got no football team. So,
yeah, it's kind of
some shows.
You be jamming though.
Ain't no halftime. It's all the time.
Right. All right. So shout out to everybody who joined us tonight, man, joining us live and in the chat. And what I wanted to say was, look, guys, I want you guys, you 2 fellas in particular, on the call with me. I want you guys to think back to November 21st, 2010. That was Prove Your Point number 7. I got 5 on it.
Okay.
And that was back when we talked about should marijuana be legalized. And AA was the judge. Mike was pro. I was against. But this year, I was actually just talking to people at work and saying, hey, we need an alternative revenue stream in Oklahoma. We should be pro. And just today, or I think just this morning, our governor decided on state question 788. They're going to go ahead and legalize it here, or it's going to be a question to the public to legalize it here in Oklahoma for the legalized manufacture. And distribution and use for medical purposes only. But it's here, y'all. It's here.
I'm super pro that. And I've talked about it. I even brought a dude on Everyday Gamers and got in a little bit of trouble. Shout out to those guys. But he was on there talking about that. I've got multiple people in my family that's had all kind of serious car accidents, back surgery, and all that. Yeah. And I know how bad opiates can be.
Absolutely.
And if you can trade all that poison look for something that'll give people 2 to 3 days relief, for sure. It's a no-brainer for me. And Alabama, it's you can get medical marijuana in Alabama, but it's super difficult. It's just not even really realistic to get.
Well, there are 2 things. First, Keith said, well, the number of fatal car crashes in Colorado has doubled, I guess, since they've instituted that.
Has it?
Yeah. Wow. And I actually heard that today from another guy I work with at work, because his one of the guys he used to work with lives out in Colorado now. And he was saying that as well. He's also said that because it's really, really hard, it's affecting the teenagers in high school because at 18 they can legally go buy it and consume it, but it's affecting them academically. So it's presenting more issues. And he said that he said he's going to play the devil's advocate, but he said there are some issues that arise that we don't think about.
We all know what the deal is. What did they teach us in school? A few things they taught us in school. They said, what happens? You get drunk and you lose your keys. What's the best way to find your keys? Get drunk and you will find your keys. So like let them go to school high and then let them go back to school high. Everything will be up. No, I'm kidding.
Crazy, man.
No, see, here's
my wife.
Go ahead.
With a crew like that back in the day, and I ask her stuff now. She doesn't remember a lot of high school, so and some of her friends will have blaze up in the morning, and that being the case, man, you're not going to get an education,
right?
Like that.
Right.
Are they getting much of an education now?
Well, Colorado's I'll say that coming from Oklahoma has like the 47th ranked state education system, but I think Colorado's actually fairly good. It's in the middle of the pack for sure. It's definitely
he lives in Alabama. He lives in Alabama.
You're welcome. Okay.
Yeah. Alabama is basically there so that Mississippi can stay last. So
we flip flop. We flip flop.
Right. Y'all battle it out on a couple of things, but to Slash's point, he says, "How you gonna crash your car doing 13 miles an hour?" Like, it's a valid point. It's a valid point.
Giggling is the answer. Giggling is why you crashed your car.
But if you get a Dorito sponsorship or a dealership, you're good then.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Some
franchise,
some what's those little pizza things? Is it Tostitos?
Hot Pockets and
pizza rolls.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got to roll with those. And
no, see, my thing has never changed. Like, my thing has never changed. Like, bruh, legalize it across the board, because there is absolutely no person that any of us know that wants to smoke weed that don't know how to get it. Like, I've said it a million times. I don't smoke. I vape, but I don't smoke. But if I decided right now I want to smoke weed, I know at least 3 people right off the top of my head that I can pick up the phone and call right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be, and I can get that taken care of. There is absolutely nobody, I think this also goes with like sex workers also. Like, tax the shit out of it, regulate it, have some enforcement people that gives jobs. You got people for the marijuana, you got people to grow it, you got all of the, you create the tax industry, create the industry to basically defeat the black market, because the black market is the reason why ain't nobody else getting no money off of this. And with everything going on with the tax plan and all that kind of stuff right now, we gonna need some more tax revenue coming from somewhere.
Right. And the one thing that happened.
All right, hold on a second. You realize every time taxes are cut, revenue goes up, right? You know that from Kennedy.
Okay. If you say so, revenue goes up for who is the question?
For the government. For the government.
Yeah. For
this
them.
This last year, tax revenue brought in to the government was the most it's ever been. And every time you cut taxes, people spend more money. That $1, you spend that dollar, then the guy that you pay spends that dollar. All that stuff is multiplied versus if you take that money and just give it to the government just sits on it, hoards it up.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to invest it, and they're supposed to invest it and draw interest in it. That's what's supposed to go down.
But when the taxes are cut for them and not us,
right?
What I looked at, me personally, the plan. There's 2 plans right now: one for the Senate, one for the House. The Senate plan is better for me. My tax bracket, I think I would drop from 15% to 12%. The standard deduction is going from $12,000 to $24,000. and the child tax credit is going from $1,000 to $2,000. All of that super benefits me. So that's not a just spouting off, one thing or the other, saying it just affects the rich. I'm sure rich are benefiting too. I just looked at the numbers as far as how it would benefit me. Doubling the tax credit when I got 11 kids, and then going from $12,000 standard deduction to $24,000.
But then that means you can't itemize though. And the problem, like for me, so I'm in a different tax bracket. Mine would stay at 25%, I believe, or go from 28 to 25. I can't remember which one of those I'm in specifically.
A single worker. Like my wife doesn't work, so we're not up in the big baller tax bracket like you are. But
no, it's just because it's two incomes, bro.
But there's unless you're to the point where you're itemizing more than 24,000, you wouldn't need to itemize anyway. And
I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close just because between tithes, between daycare, and now in between adding other things like school expenses and stuff, like, bro, I'm getting mad close. I'm getting real close. Yeah. But my accountant, my frat brother, he does it all the time for me. He gives me whichever one will give me the better benefit. So we give him all the itemized stuff, and if it comes up to below the standard deduction, we go with standard deduction. If it exceeds it, we go with itemized deduction. Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what I do. I use TurboTax, and it runs it both ways. And then when you get to the end, it'll tell you which way you want to go. And if it's close, I would rather just go with TurboTax because you're way less opportunity to get audited if you file standard deduction versus you rolling up in there with like a stack of faded out receipts trying to explain something. Standard deduction is like, you're trying to like ride over a Crystal's receipt and now I can deduct that.
You're right, but no. So it's interesting. But the reason I wanted to bring the marijuana thing up is because you were talking about the back pain, AA, and about 5 weeks ago, I think I believe President Trump was talking about the opiate issue in this country, and I told people that worked in that what's going to happen is that they're going to discourage people and in the medical industry from prescribing opiates, and guess what? They're going to need an alternative. This is only going
opiates. If you listen to Dr. Drew Pinsky, opiates are not meant for chronic pain. They've been abused. They're meant for, intense, like right after surgery pain or something like that. Exactly. Anybody that's on the stuff for weeks, the vast majority of these people get addicted to it. And there's like, I know tons of people addicted to opiates, and it's a terrible thing, man. They're being used wrong, and I know people hurt, and that's why, this is what needs to happen is it legalized to where people can use this stuff and it's natural. It doesn't have the addictive problems like, some people say they do, whatever. But also, I don't know if y'all are aware, but this is from my conspiracy stuff. Okay. The CIA has been one of the lead opportunists with the war in Afghanistan, just hammer down growing opium. So they're funding their black ops operations with all this opium, and Trump blew up several of those over in Afghanistan this week.
Did he?
Plants just blow. Oh yeah, it's awesome. Loved it. Oh, Daddy Bush. I like to go on record. And Daddy Bush are both the scourge of society and treasonous.
Treasonous.
I don't have a whole lot of personal dealings with opiates of any kind, really, because I ain't really had no major surgeries in since like 99 or so. Okay. But here's the crazy part about what happened to me a couple years ago when I had my tooth pulled.
I think I know where this is going, but proceed.
I had a tooth pulled, and I got prescribed some Vicodin. Do you know how my inbox blew up with people be like, yo, you still got some more of that? Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, people were shooting a shot, offering like offers of like, I'm talking like some people came with offers of like $20 a pill, dog. Like it was crazy.
Really?
So many people were offering me stuff that I had to just say, nope, I'm not doing nothing. I just kept this stuff. Like, I still got some because, of course, I weaned myself off of it because I was like, I ain't trying to be like y'all.
Right.
So I still got about 4 or 5 pills. Wink. You know, that's a quick hundo for your boy. But like I mean, those things probably expired a long time ago.
Right.
But it'll probably get you messed up.
That's like canned goods expire.
Say again.
That's like canned goods expire. They put expiration dates on stuff. Give people throw them away. Man, them things. You do what you want to with. They'll be just fine.
Exactly. Right. No, the amount of preservatives they pack in them things, man. It doesn't make any sense. They'll be fine.
Yeah, but the conspiracy theorists will say that the aluminum is the problem there. The longer they stay in those cans, you know, you got to deal with that. And then they talk about like the manganese that's in malt
the liquor. Manganese. Come on, man.
The manganese in malt liquor is what drives these N-words crazy. And then you wonder why in the hood, they always advertising for people to drink malt liquors. You're drinking 40s and all this other stuff. And then they wonder why the hood, they're going crazy. It's the manganese. No, I'm kidding.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's what they say, though.
You want to conspiracy theorist wise, and I used to hear this stuff in the 90s, and I thought it was crazy. Ice-T would talk about how the U.S. government was bringing a lot of the drugs in and all that. There's been stuff that's come back. They're going all the way back to Nixon. Nixon helped to push drugs into the inner cities, discredit the groups, and also to stuff to stay unified and focused when everybody's sitting around high. So
that was in 13.
CIA, like there was a cop in L.A. that caught on to some of that stuff and exposed it. They're like flying planes in from dropping them into Mena, Arkansas when was the governor there. These two boys came across some of that stuff in Mena, Arkansas, the airport or whatever. They ended up dead, and then all that stuff was getting spread through the United States. Like, hey, boys, y'all do whatever you want to. So, of course, he gets moved up to the front of the line when it comes time to look for the next president because he's done in the CIA's pocket.
Wow.
It's terrible, dude. Our government is so corrupt to the core.
Mm-hmm.
See, man. All right. Well, I tell you what. What's gonna bring us together? Well, there are two things that generally bring us together, right? Times of war, and so, but I'm talking about
in times of tragedy.
Yeah, in times of tragedy, right? But I'm talking about
Victoria's Secret fashion show.
You know, that's all right.
those ain't my kind of people, though. Like,
I mean, right?
I dig fat chicks, so it's not really my kind of people.
They'll run your girl out there. She'll get to walk through there one time. Don't they let her go to that fashion show too? What's that girl's name? The thick girl?
Ashley Graham?
Yes.
And she liked chocolate too. I found out she liked chocolate too. Yeah, boy.
You're like,
She's bad. We're totally derailed what he was saying, but we're all
good.
Ashley Graham, yeah.
Look, man, this is what I expect when I have y'all on the same show at the same time. So it's all good, baby. But listen, man, we all comic book nerds here, man. And I'm gonna ask the question: did you all see the new Infinity War trailer from Marvel?
Yes.
Oh. Double A, you shaking your head? No, it is.
I haven't, man.
It's great.
I haven't done anything but look down at some mail for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, you've been saying you've been putting in that extra time, man. But I'm gonna tell you, what's great is that I have a reaction from John Boyega. John Boyega in Star Wars, right? And
I do.
It is just an everyday person's reaction. Like he's sitting on the couch, you're like, and then as the trailer gets going, he's like, oh, and then he jumps over the couch, man. I'm just like, man, this dude is nuts. But it was great. His reaction is stinking hilarious. I have it linked in the show notes. You guys really got to go check that out, man.
Yeah, it's like that trailer.
Thanks, Big Meat.
That trailer just completely negated everything that DC has done.
Man, look,
ever, dog. Like it's a wrap on everything.
Look, it was so bad this weekend. This is what happened. So I asked everybody in my family, I'm gonna go down the road. Like my wife, I'm like, baby, you want to go see Justice League? She was like, no, because she kind of kind of past all of the superhero stuff, but she loves her some Punisher, so keep that in mind. Then, as my old,
the Punisher is the one that she liked.
The Punisher of all of them, she liked the Punisher. Right,
man, that one was gruesome, bro.
It was, but she's watched Sons to the End, Sons of Anarchy. She's watched a lot of gruesome stuff.
Can we talk about at some point how terrible of a person Jax Teller is? Jax is the worst. I mean, he is the absolute. I mean, I know he's the star of the show, but as a person, he is the absolute worst. So at the end, instead of being sad, I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, so Slash is talking about the memes with Thanos photoshopped in, man, on top of Rick from Pawn Stars. And look, this stuff is funny, man. But Mark says he wasn't he must be getting Marvel burnout because he didn't dislike it, but he wasn't hype either. Look, man, I was mad hype about that trailer. That trailer was on fire. It had
I don't even get hype, and I was like,
I'm gonna see you. I was like, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you.
Nigga. Like that's why that was me. And I don't even do hype. And I'm like, yeah, nigga, it's on and popping right now, dog.
When Scar says you don't get hype, I want to have a button where I can push for that thing that I put on that show that time of him going crazy.
I was faking.
I wish I could just hit it, play it. Oh my God, it's on! It's on!
I was doing my impression of hip hop gamer. I was doing a Xbox impression, like a Xbox version of hip hop gamer.
Right, but no, man,
it was a performance piece.
There you go. Okay, if you can pass it off, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, we'll let it ride. But I'm gonna tell you guys, go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and check that out. And I got 2 questions for you guys, and I'm cribbing it from my boy Double A's topics. Would you rather? Okay, I'm just gonna throw it out to y'all. I'm just gonna throw it out to y'all. There's only 2 quick ones, so I want you guys to think about it really, really close. All right. Would you rather play a game with an obnoxious person in the chat, or would you play a co-op game, with a friend who's absolutely terrible at the game?
Obnoxious.
I know the answer.
Obnoxious chat all day because I'm the obnoxious dude in the chat. So I would hope that my friends would understand.
Would understand and accept you for you.
Except me. I'm that dude in the chat. So
I've played Lego games with my son. He's better now, but we'd be running and like there's a stream of Legos. You know, typically anybody with half a brain is running through that stream to collect them. We will run miles in this game, and he's running like right beside it, like he's avoiding them. I'm like, could you please pick those up? I know you want to buy a little stupid character on there, you know, and whichever one you can afford, like you don't even have to know who it is. You can't save for anything. I know it's going to be a problem financially later on. But he'll like get 100 and immediately buy like a hat or something. I'm like, save up for Hulk or whatever. And,
right.
But yeah, so that's super frustrating. Play with somebody that's terrible. Yeah. And by the way, I was thinking the other day about those times we were playing Crackdown, or me and you and Pimp and Sherry playing Crackdown online. That was so fun, man.
I miss Crackdown. I really hope that I hope the new Crackdown is not it turns out better than it looks right now.
Well, let's just hope the new Crackdown turns out, because they've postponed it and postponed it and postponed it. Like, let's just hope you get it, right? Like, let's be happy you get it first. And Slasher says, no obnoxious chat for me. I play with people who ain't good all the time. I'm cool with it. So,
yeah, I mean, let's be honest. You play games with Ace, so
I mean, you're right. You're right. So, but no, I just wanted to pull the would you rather, Double A, since we got you on here. I had to pull up would you rather. Sure. Oh, I got one more. Would you rather? And this was one I was thinking about. If you had to, if you could only get someone's attention by doing this, would you rather call somebody a grown man delicious or Black Fabio? Which one?
Black Fabio. I ain't calling no another dude delicious.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, being a white man in our country, I have been trained not to say black anything to anybody. Delicious.
No, just say be fab. Okay. Be fab. What's up, dog?
Yeah, I have to avoid any, especially being from Alabama. Everybody automatically assumes I have a hood in my closet, so I have to steer away from anything.
No,
like I'll go and they'll be like, if you don't want any sugar or coffee, is like I'm scared to say black. At that point, I don't even know what to say.
Here's what you do.
Give it to me plain.
This is what you do around white people, and I know this because I work around white people. So this is what you do. You go, Black Fabio. It's okay. It's his name. Why?
No, that didn't work. That's like saying he's my friend. I got lots of black friends. You can't say none of that.
Like,
no, you don't understand. Especially in this accent. I'm supposed to say that with this accent. Hey,
be fast.
Black Fabio.
All right, so we gotta go. All right, so yeah, because that in your accent, it almost sounds like you just said the alternate F word. So like it's almost like you just said Black Fagio. Yeah. So like really, you gotta go be fab. Be fab. Be fab. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm like Gomer Pyle's cousin everywhere I go. I can't play those games.
Enunciation is it's serious.
But you can't be out here calling another dude delicious.
You can't, right? I mean, that's why I put it out there.
You can't call you as a grown man. You a grown ass man. You cannot under any circumstance, like that might be his government name. Like his mama might have thought that was a good idea. His daddy was cool with it. Was like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, he might be that kind of guy. He might be on the down low. But you cannot, as a grown man, you cannot call no other dude delicious. Like you can't, you just absolutely cannot. You can't call it like I had to be like I had to go get Pooh Bear. Be like, Pooh Bear, call him. What's his name? His name is delicious.
She'll probably look at you funny though. I know. I've seen the face. She would look at you funny before she said it.
She'll be like, "That's his name." I said the same thing, but you gotta say it. I can't.
I can't say it. I can't do it. I can text you, but I can't yell it. I can text you.
Won't let me do it, dog. Like my nuts. You know what I'm saying? My nuts.
That barrier. They just put up a barrier. Like, nope. All right, man. So I got a quick question with y'all. Like, we're gonna talk about something here really quick that we normally tend to talk about when we on the show together. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we'll talk a little bit about the bowl game selections because I got all 41 of them right down here. And so got double A on. I know how you feeling.
Do we have to?
We don't have to. We don't have to, but we can. Or we can talk about anything I want to.
Or should we just talk about how Alabama got in and they shouldn't have?
Well, they got in.
They got in by name alone. Like they didn't get in because they deserved it. They ain't deserved it because they ain't beat nobody.
Who should have bumped them?
You know what? I want some new blood in there. I want UCF.
People saying Ohio State should have bumped them, man.
I want UCF in there. No. I want just somebody just completely out of left field. I want something.
Alabama
something new.
One game to the team that beat Georgia, who also is in there. Like Auburn was legit this year. Okay,
yeah, Auburn was number 2 until they played and got beat.
Okay, right. That's who beat Alabama, and then you got Ohio State beat by like West Virginia Junior College or whatever. I mean, it got blown out by like 31 points.
Well, they lost to OU. And who else did
they you can't even make
Alabama ain't got no resume this year. Well, that's what people say. I ain't really a sports fan.
It's all them W's, baby. That's what it's about.
Here's the thing.
If you come up with somebody else, I could get on your team, but Ohio State ain't the one.
I don't know, man. I mean, they look, they look shaky. If the season would have finished differently, I would have yelled for Penn State because they were strong at the beginning of the season.
Man, early on. No Penn State. We are not there yet.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't have rooted for them. I'm just saying they would have been a strong contender.
We are not there yet.
Man,
we're not there yet.
I don't know.
Is this about Pizzagate? Is that what that is?
Pizzagate.
No. I mean, your man's ain't get a job at Tennessee because he might be linked to all of that stuff. Because somebody had said,
Right,
You know what I mean?
right there, threw that up on there. It's a possibility.
Somebody had said that maybe he had nude something before everything had came out. You know what I mean? Like he didn't get no job because of that alone.
Hey, and he's suing for compensation. We're talking about is that Chiswick?
Yep.
Yeah.
If I sign my letter, if you sign my letter, I should get what's in that letter. Period. If I sign.
Well, no. But here's the thing, though. You are receiving that compensation in that letter based upon your performance of what's in the contract. So if you didn't perform what's in the contract,
no. If there was some the performance is the incentives in the contract. There is a base level that I was supposed to get if I signed that contract, and if I signed that contract and you backed out that contract, if I was ready to show up to work, you told me not to, so I'm gonna need you to pay me for showing up to the work I was prepared to show up for, and you just told me not to come.
How would that work in your regular job? How would that work if they said, "Look, we're gonna
oranges, baby."
No, it's apples and oranges. I don't have a contract. I don't have a contract where I have a guarantee. Like somebody said, okay, we're gonna pay you 50 G's and then you get bonuses on top of that. No, they say we're gonna pay you. We're saying you're gonna max out at this over the course of you doing your job. But if I sign a contract,
you get this much a week.
Yeah, if and this is it based off of the hours that you work, but his contract probably didn't say based off of the hours that you work. It said,
I bet you probably did performance of duties.
No, we gonna pay you this much over this amount of time.
Here's my thing. That man didn't even lift the clipboard yet. He ain't even lift the clipboard yet.
If there's a baseline of how much I was supposed to get paid, and I was prepared to show up for work, and you told me not to show up for work, guess what I'm gonna be doing? Pay me.
Well, look, I work in contracts. I work in contracts, and I'm gonna tell you now, that's not enforceable. What's enforceable is what's in the wording of the contract. Now, I don't think they've released the actual text of the contract, but if generally a contract requires mutual consideration, either both sides have to do something, right? They both have to do something, and if he hadn't done anything, what entitles him to the other end of it?
I'm not saying he's entitled. I'm saying that I would try. If I don't get it, I don't get it.
You can try all you want.
I'm not saying he should get it. I'm saying that if I signed a contract and I was ready to go and y'all told me not to show up for work because 100 people got mad, then I'm going to be like, I mean, I was prepared to move to Tennessee, dog. Like I put my house up. Like I did all of this stuff that I was supposed to do to prepare for this job. And now I ain't got nothing to look forward to. So I'm gonna look forward to that cash, dog.
Well, the one negative part about that is when it comes out and everybody knows at the place you're at that you've already done this and you got one foot out the door, and then they're like, never mind. And you're like, hey guys, I still work here. That's a little bit weird. But also, I don't know how other states are, if this would pertain, but I know in Alabama, a lot of the contracts you enter into have like a 3-day deal where either person can back out of the contract for like 3 days.
It's the sellers. You're right. It's something that really started with like car sales in California. You have 3 days to back out of any contract without any repercussions, and that's almost a federal law at this point because almost every state has enacted it. So it's like if somebody comes door to door, like if somebody come to your door and try to sign you up for AT&T. You know what I mean? And you get there and you be like, oh, you gonna put an antenna on my brand new house? I didn't know you were gonna do that. I actually did that. I was like, no, thank you. I'm cool. They were like, all right, cool. Because it was within 3 days. And just done. Didn't matter. So
no, if you hired me, we had a contract for me to put that antenna on your house, and you decided to put the antenna on your house for yourself, but we already had that contract signed. I'm showing up to your door with a pistol, of course, and I'm patting your pockets.
You ain't patting my pockets because you're gonna be facing. If you get to my door, number one, you'll also be facing some repercussions.
I mean, like, let's be honest. Like with people running over your mailbox and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I could walk straight to your door.
Oh no, they paid for my mailbox, and actually they replaced it with their workers. I didn't have to touch anything. So
I know they did it, but like, I mean, of course, like all I got, I don't think it's that hard to get to your door.
My buddy that I work with at the post office about a month ago, a big nice brick mailbox. He said he did something and looked down at some mail. When he looked up, his Jeep had veered towards it, and he just made somebody's brick mailbox explode.
What?
Pile of bricks. And he had to pay $500 out of his own pocket.
Yeah, they're expensive, bro.
Get their mailbox redone because he and these people were on vacation. He knew them. He'd talked to them, about holding their mail and all that. And while they're on vacation, he just turned their big, nice mailbox to a little pile of bricks.
Oh, that's so tough.
Let me holler at you, Philip. Philip. So what had happened was no, Philip, just calm down.
Why we always trying to fire Philip? Why we firing Philip all the time?
No, Philip, you know what? Like Philip is really funny. Like when you just say like a random person's like a random name, Philip is like a really funny name to say.
Yeah, it is. Philip.
This is my dude Philip. Like if I met somebody named Philip, I would never call him Phil.
Oh no, Philip's funnier.
You gonna finish it all the way out? Okay.
Y'all see how much blue is combing his beard? There's some mad beard game going on.
Hey, I'm trying to get up in here. Man. Look, I'm very, very proud because this is my post No Shave November game. I went and got my hair cut, got him trimmed up.
I ain't cut my hair yet, but I trimmed a little bit off the top right here.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Sure.
I kept this.
He said sure.
You know me. And you know what? I just get to the thing where I like running my fingers through it because I normally keep mine like I usually use like the 3mm guard, and I just ham across. Right. And so I just let it grow out, and it's just kind of fun, especially when you're putting your shampoo and conditioner in, and you just kind of going like this. It's really kind of fun.
I let mine get out of hand up till about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was just like bushy mountain man silliness. And my 17-year-old daughter, I was like, she'd been on me for years about wanting to like trim it. I said, you want to come here and trim this thing? Can I really? And she was like buzzing down the sides and like, this area back here, I can't see this. I got to have help to get good lines back here on the back.
Right.
So
it's tough because you got to turn to the side, and then you can't see the mirror when you turn to the side to get it. So
exactly, yeah.
It's tough. It's a difficult thing to do, man. Yeah. But
yo, bro, my sideburns are crazy. I know you can't really see it in the video, but my sideburn hairs is like crazy long. Like I can like pull out my sideburn hairs, and this is man. This is not what's hot in these streets. Like I'm like really pulling at my sideburn hairs, and it's like really, really weird that I can do this with my sideburns, dog.
Right
now, see my sideburns like will just because of my hair's texture, I guess, will just start getting long and going out.
So you're
like that, like there's no curl. They will start looking like Martin Van Buren.
Just infer that I have Negro hair that kinks.
I'm inferring that. See, that's why I came in. You see, that's my previous comments.
I don't have kinky Negro hair. Somewhere down the line, there might have been some race mixing in my family because I don't get nappy kinky Negro hair when it grows long. You know, I'm thinning up here, but I don't get kinky. Man. I don't have kinky Negro hair. My hair is that texture, but I don't have the curl. It don't curl.
Do you have the same situation that white hairs have a different texture?
Yes.
Like,
especially my gray nose hairs. It's like the worst thing ever.
Man, the gray beard hairs. Go ahead, Uplay.
Paracord or something. They're way thicker.
Absolutely. They are so tough. Number one, I think gray hairs grow in like immediately. You know how the regular hairs, they just take a little bit of time to come through. The gray hairs are like they're not there one day and then they're there the next morning, like all the way the full length to whatever your hair is. And
your gray hairs show up. Going back to the marijuana thing, your gray hairs show up like Snoop and Half Baked.
Right. Hey, look, what up? What up, bro?
All of a sudden, he just appears on the stoop, and you're like, "Where did he come from?"
So yeah, but no. But okay, so two things going back to the mailbox because we got him in the chat. Mark says, "Yeah, it's not gonna fly, man." Well, it's about the contract. He says, "If you don't perform no work, you get no payment." And the Slasher talking about the mailbox says, "Well, my mailbox is on my house. You know, like one of the ones on the wall or like in the door." He's like, "So if you hit that, it's gonna cost you a lot." So I'm happy I kind of got a buffer on the street with them brick mailboxes, but yeah, bro.
I ain't trying to handle. I ain't trying to look. If I had a house like that, I ain't trying to have no mailbox on my house because here's the problem. When I had a house, my mailbox is on the house, and every time the mailman showed up, like if I'm sitting in the living room and I hear them steps on I hear somebody walking on my porch, it's almost click clack time. Like,
right, you going to grab stuff. You going to grab
you? Like, I don't like people just showing up at my house unannounced, and that's how it feels, though. Like, I'm gonna need you to put this mailbox down there because I might have to click clack on somebody. Man.
They say that's the rule in Texas, dog. You can't show up to nobody's house unannounced. Like, you need to call before you come. Call before you make it. Like that's basically the rule. So call before you make it. Let people know. Give them a heads up. All right, Double A. I want to talk about. I was listening the other day and I went back and I remembered your Who Am I show. I remember that show.
Right.
Show, yeah. It was greatness, man. It was greatness. And on that show a lot, man. You talked about the legacy you wanted to leave behind, and And I'm talking about now, I really want to talk about You Lose, because that's like my most favorite thing. But I like you on there because you always be like, because you know, you're like this walking encyclopedia of fitness knowledge. And I'm like, dang it, if I could just hit Double A and be like, yo, Double A, man, I really feel like I need to eat out at this restaurant. What should I eat?
If I could only fly.
I am a walking encyclopedia of fitness knowledge, fitting a whole hamburger in my mouth.
Right. You right. You right. Go ahead, Double A.
Yeah, I just have trouble implementing it. But I do. I look into a lot of that stuff, and things having to do with vitamins. And I watched another documentary just last week about sugar, and I'm just looking at my wife like, we do not need to give that baby juice to drink. She's like, well, she just can't drink milk or whatever. I'm like, well, milk really ain't that great. But I grew up eating it. You'd be embarrassed the way my parents bought groceries. And then now, if you went to my dad's house, he's got like one table that's usually just piled up with these glass things with various little Debbies. What? Like you got your Swiss rolls over here, your oatmeal cream pies, whatever various
seasonal. Like our kind of dude, son.
Yeah. Whatever various seasonal, you got your seasonal Easter cakes, and you got your Halloween cakes and Christmas cakes.
Bruh, I just went to the store. Like, I went to the store. I told my assistant on Friday, I was like, yo, I'm going to the store. You want something? And she was like, yo, I'm trying to get some Christmas cakes. I was like, you know what? You right. Somebody came in, and I didn't get the final say so on what kind of Christmas cakes that she want. So I bought all three. I bought the chocolate ones, I bought the white ones, and I bought the green ones. Mm-hmm. And I say, you pick one, and I'm gonna eat the rest. And that's pretty much what happened. So
cool out.
My dad has. When you come in the house, you got a refrigerator in the kitchen, and then there's a utility room where the washer and dryer is. There's a refrigerator in there.
Well, that's how we roll too.
Out in the shop, there's a refrigerator out there, out in the sheet metal shop. Back in the back, what used to be my sister's room, we all live there. There's a deep freeze back in there. Oh, and there's another deep freeze out in the shop. All these things. I mean, it has to be.
I can't do a deep freezer anymore. I am not about that deep freezer life because here's the problem. Here's the problem with deep freezer life. And yes, I grew up with a real big chest freezer. And the problem with the chest freezer is anything that's not on the top gets forgotten. And then you go and buy more stuff and put it back on the top. And like all of that stuff under the bottom is like, bruh, I ain't even realize I bought a roast. Like, you know what?
We've got
pecans from last.
You just look around. You just look around. You're like, when did we buy a roast? And, because the roast is not your go-to. Like, you're not just go to a roast. So the roast just kind of falls further and further down, and then you're right. Out of sight, out of mind. So I had to get a tall freezer where I could open the door like a fridge and I could see everything, because anything that's at the bottom of that chest just gets lost. And and then like once it's in there for so long, freezer burn. Stuff. But let's be honest, I'm black. Like, we cook it. If freezer burn or not, it's gonna get cooked.
Better put some turpentine on it. What were you gonna say, Double?
Yeah, that's what we got. We've got a stand-up freezer, and which my dad's got like two of the black hole freezers, like you're talking about. Where you put something in, and it's just you don't know what's in there. And who digs all their stuff out? At the bottom you just got that's some kind of meat, and it's all frosty, and I don't know. I think you get like a year. stuff like that. And after a year, it's not supposed to be good.
Right.
So that's kind of a waste to buy all that stuff, then bury it in there. Stand up freezer.
I had the worst thing happen to me at work. The last place that I worked at, it's a storage unit, but it's a converted Sears. So it's one large building, and it has these 2 really big bay doors, and you drive your car completely into the building.
Okay, word up.
So we at one point there was this smell. And the smell just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And we could not figure out what it was. We called everybody that was near the smell and was like, yo, I need you to check your unit out. We need to see what's going on. So then I saw this dude, and this dude was pulling out a chest freezer and throwing it in the trash. And it was like, it was you, won't it? And he was like, man, I was at work. And they put the stuff in the storage. I told them to make sure everything was out, and they said it was just the ice and stuff that was still in there. So they was just gonna let it melt, drain it, and call it a day. Well, the ice was covering some fish.
Oh, wow!
Yeah. So they never saw at the bottom of the thing that there was some fish in there, and it became a problem.
Of all things to leave, fish by itself, even when it's cooked, doesn't necessarily smell too appetizing.
And the building is enclosed, so that thing just tore up.
It festered too.
Building.
I used to have a couple rental houses, and when I first got them, one of them had been empty for a while, and there was a refrigerator in there, and I kind of cracked it and saw stuff in there and immediately shut it, and I just taped it closed and just threw the whole refrigerator away.
Nope. We're not doing this today.
There's no way I was going to clean out about a $40 refrigerator. Like, this thing was that old. Like,
did it cut out for you?
Yeah, it stopped for me too.
Okay. Dang it. He was just getting into it too. I could tell he was just getting into it. You cut out on us, AA. But yeah, man, boy.
He just frozen the spot for me. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but it's all good, man. So, I guess AA and Derek both have security cameras, man, at their house, which I'm trying to get some. So Slash, if you can see this and respond rather quickly.
I live on a storage facility. There's all kinds of cameras, though.
Right, and so I was going to.
I got a panel. I got a panel in my kitchen.
Oh, I saw it when I was there.
Yeah, and I could look at the cameras. They finally got my cameras working. Turns out it was a problem with the router because the other cameras are wireless. So yeah.
There you go. He back now. You back.
I guess that was me with that Wi-Fi I got.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. We were just talking about the cameras. I want to know because I want to get some cameras for the house. And do you guys use the IP ones where you can watch them online?
You should.
I do. Do y'all have Harbor Freights where y'all are at?
No, I don't. I don't have a Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight?
Yes.
I heard of them. I don't have one.
Okay,
they're here.
Harbor Freight's a good way to go. Yeah, they're pretty good. You can get a lot of good stuff in there. Some tools I feel like you need to buy quality, and then some tools are just kind of, you just get what you get because you don't use it that much, or it's not that important a thing. Harbor Freight has some kind of mid-range to low-end tools. I bought a security system set from there, and it has an Ethernet port in the back of it, so you can hook it into your network, and then there's an app where you can sign in and view your cameras. So it comes with 4. You can add up to 4 more, so you can have 8 cameras all over the place. Mine are wired, and part of the positive thing with that is it's way cheaper to get wire if it's easy to run wires. If you're in a place where it's difficult, maybe not. But so I've ran the wires all myself, and I've got them strategically placed around the house. I have my wife start walking, and I want to be able to see her leave one camera's view and go into the other. That way I know that 100%
coverage.
And that's how we did it, and it's pretty sharp, and it's nice to be able to check it up, from the house if the mailman's staying too long while I'm at work or something like that.
No, there you go. No, so that's what I was thinking, man. I was thinking that's what I wanted. I wanted something like that, but I have seen the wireless ones, and there's some pretty good package for the wireless cameras. So you can get on and check them out via a IP address. That's what I'm trying to say. But But yeah. Looking at Mark, he said he had a full freezer down him in the summer, and it was in the garage, and he didn't know for a week. And the swarm of flies that hit it when it opened up. Oh, dude, I can only imagine.
I'm gonna tell you what happened to me.
I can't imagine that.
One of the worst hurricanes that ever hit Virginia or southeastern Virginia was Isabel, and I think that was 2001, I believe. Now, other than the fact that she showed up on my birthday, let me tell you. Now, when you live in southeastern Virginia, people get like worked up about hurricanes, but we normally just catch the edge and it go on about its business. So 2 days before the hurricane got here, I went to the Costco and I loaded up. Like, I mean, I loaded up. I filled that thing to the brim. I mean, it barely closed.
Dang.
Then the hurricane hit.
It's a bad call, bro.
Yeah, it's bad.
It was dumb. And like at the time, like my grill was small, so like I couldn't even grill most of it. And like it was just bad. I ended up throwing most of that stuff away. And people was like, go ahead, you go to social services and they'll give you some food stamps to cover what you lost and all this kind of stuff. It's like, I'm not getting no handouts. I ain't that kind of
that. when those tornadoes came through, I don't know if you remember, I was already doing the podcast. 2000 whatever, the 2011, I believe. Tornadoes came through, jacked everybody's stuff up, didn't have power for a couple weeks, didn't have internet for like a month or whatever, and that was a deal. They had set up the church. You go up to these different churches in the area, fill out some paperwork, show them some stuff, and they would give you a food stamps card, set the food that you lost during the power being off or whatever. Man, I marched my happy butt right up there and got like $500-600 with food stamps.
I cannot do it. I don't even like using coupons. Like that's how. Like,
why? What?
I don't like it. Like I'm not that dude. Like I'd rather just pay for my stuff. I mean, I'm from the hood, but I try to denounce my hoodness, and I'm just like, nope, I don't even want no coupons. I mean, you know what? I don't even want to save no money. I just want to pay for what I want to pay for.
Well, look, that doesn't make any sense. I'm all about saving the money.
Not sale price.
Like, give me that not sale price.
Yeah, I'll get some on sale, but if I got to use a coupon, I refuse.
So what is Groupon then? Do you use Groupon?
I used Groupon one time. Like we talked about this earlier, and we was talking about the toothbrush, and you said that was a toothbrush, and you sent a link to Groupon, and I'm like, I will never order another damn thing from Groupon ever again. I ordered the PlayStation 3 Assassin's Creed collection. Well, Assassin's Creed 2 in the SEO collection. So I ordered that. I had it rented from Gamefly, and then I saw the Groupon deal, so I bought it from Groupon. And it took so long to come in, I didn't even want to play the game no more by the time it came in. I've never played it since I got it. Like, I had it. I started playing the game. I sent it back because I was like, well, I bought it, so I might as well get something else from Gamefly. And I have never touched neither of those games. And let's be honest, it was kind of some bull because they gave you the Assassin's Creed 2, and then the rest of them were codes.
Like, come on. Hey, but at least you got them, though. At least you got them.
I ain't never used those codes. You know, those codes don't work no more. And my PS3 don't work no more.
Oh, well, that's bogus. You can probably still redeem them on the app or on the website. But everybody, guess what? Man, I wanted to get into some other stuff, but fellas, that's time. Like, I knew it was gonna go quick. Like, that's time for us, man. That is time. So, Double A, man, please give some shout outs, man, and tell people where they can find you.
Of course, shout out to Andrew Alex, which I believe he's still Evil Dr. Dog on Twitter. And he's got like fancy instead of Angry Pod Bubba like he was. Bubba. He's changed it to like
for your brother. When's the baby?
It's any day. We want to try to get a show out before or whatever. His wife went, was having contractions about 4 weeks ago, and they sent her home. she's got to be 37, 38 weeks or something.
She almost there, bro.
If she,
Yeah, my
it'll be
my
considered full term.
My girlfriend is on her way to Alabama right now. Her grandchild was supposed to be born on the 21st, but they're inducing her tomorrow.
Now, is her daughter that's having it the one that I met?
Yes.
Okay.
So she is having a baby, and the baby will be in. They're inducing her tomorrow. So that's the Alabama grandchild. She got a Virginia grandchild and an Alabama grandchild now. So
wow,
nice. And also, I don't know if she'll check this out, but shout out to my daughter Madison. You've heard me talking about. She's my oldest, 17. I've talked about her on You Lose a bunch, and I feel like wherever Lefty and Eric are, they just are kind of rolling their eyes because I talk about her so much. Super proud of the girl. She's now lost 45 pounds.
Man, she been putting in work, babe. She been putting in work,
man. Dudes are like asking her out all the time, and it's guys that weren't showing her the kind of attention she was worthy of before. And she is just straight kicking them to the curb, and I'm so happy.
That's good because they don't deserve her. They don't deserve her. They weren't interested before.
But she and she wasn't like a big giant, whatever. She was just a big sturdy girl. But now she's like, it's gonna be trouble. I see it's gonna be trouble. But she also, they just had a Christmas picnic.
I know you can't really say it, but you might got to fight a nigga or two, bitch.
She brought one of her friends over, a girl, and I took my AR out and I sat it on the table and I started breaking it down and cleaning it, and I had it like sitting up on the bipod and stuff. So that's my plan: is when people come over, clean my weapons.
There you go. There you go.
With a blindfold on.
Stop breaking out a stopwatch.
Yeah. But she has in the Christmas parade they had last Friday in Coleman, Alabama. She was on a float. They had it all hooked up with like the Macy's floats with audio system, and she was singing, rolling through, and made the news and all that. It was super tight. So shout out Madison. But there, for those that don't know, I don't know if anybody, a bunch of people's downloaded it. We did do another amp. I don't know, a month ago. Something like that, and there's plans on getting one more in before the end of the year. We'll try to do that, but yeah, that's about it, man. Beard game, just combing that beard.
Sorry, man. I'm trying to work. It's new. I'm trying to get used to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I've been tempted to go up and get my brush because I'm like, man, you ain't about to be styling on me.
Hey, I just got some beard oil in tonight. It's my first time ever using beard oil, so I'm trying to get it all in there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Scar. Your shout outs, bro. Your shout outs.
I thought you were supposed to be cutting it.
No, I told you I was gonna keep it. I got my hair cut, but I'm keeping the beard.
Keep it.
I see.
Yes, sir.
I can get some beard oil so I can do this.
Dude, beards, I'm gonna tell you, this is legit. A beard gets you 2 points on the good looking scale if you're a guy.
Dude, you're right. You're right. I can't even
but let's be honest, it gets you 2 points with both sides.
Bogus.
Man, just shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I know you about to run them down, but of course, shout out to my brother, Double A, that's in the building.
Absolutely.
And we talked about the episode that was just recorded not too long ago because I was on it. Of course, I got a message like an hour before it started, like, yo, you want to do a show? All right, then.
Hey, at least you got a message. I mean, I ain't salty.
You called the right person.
Like a Navy SEAL, baby. He's sitting in there just holding his guns all the time. And when that thing goes, that light goes off, he just puts his backpack on and goes.
You said he's sitting in the dark with face paint on, just waiting.
Oh, yeah. He's doing the Rambo boot lacing up thing over and over again, ready to go.
That's when they're going.
Somebody's like, we got a mission. He's like, I'm in.
Like the King and Peele episode where it's like, you're trying to pull me back in.
Yeah, it's that friend that that's always down for the shenanigans. That you call them, be like, yo, I got a problem with, say no more. I'm on my way.
Right.
Tell me when I get
on my way. Let's go. Where you at?
I was that dude that day. I wasn't doing anything, so I'm always down to ride. But but yeah, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Double Latest in the building. Man, shout out to my job because I'm actually making decent money now. I've actually bought me a new PC. And I'm happy about my new PC. I got it right here. I've been busy, so I have not set it up yet. But yes, I did buy an HP. No, I didn't feel like putting one together myself because forget that.
That's okay.
But yeah, it's a lot better than my Alpha, and I am definitely giving my Alpha to my daughter. And I'm rolling with this joint. I mean, I ain't gonna do nothing but play Rimworld and Prison Architect and stuff on it, so it's not like I really needed like
say that.
It's not like I really needed something super beefy. But one thing that I did notice about this PC that I didn't notice the first time I saw it, it is VR ready.
Really?
Hey.
That means it's
Somebody's
pretty
gonna be
stout.
on some dirty websites.
It's VR ready. So that virtual reality poon, I'm about to be about that life.
Blocking the door, putting your Spectre vision on.
I can touch it. I can almost touch it. I'm gonna get some haptic gloves. It's about to be on, dog.
Okay, I got your specs. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I got your specs.
Maybe just wear one glove.
Just one glove. It's gonna have rhinestones on it. No,
bro. Look. It's two gloves in my flashlight. Like I'm gonna mount my flashlight, and it's about to be. Yes, I do own the flashlight. No, it's not at my house.
Cool out. All right. I'm gonna get on to my shout outs. So I got a few shout outs.
I bought it for during the time when Modern Warfare 2 came out. That shows you how long it's been.
Dang. So real quick, I got some shout outs. I got some shout outs before I get to the people in the chat. Number one, happy anniversary to all the men at Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Today is the math right 111th anniversary. Bruh, December 4th, 1906.
Let me tell you something. I didn't realize this, but I was watching this documentary, and this brother who had choreographed a step show at an award show honoring Eddie Robinson.
Yeah,
and he was talking, and he was talking about how, you know, he was trying to get into the music game. And he said he had a group, and everybody in his group, they were alphas, and they had a song, they had a group based off of the whole alpha thing. And eventually the idea came to Vanilla Ice.
What?
And that's what that Vanilla Ice stole their concept and came up with Ice Ice Baby. Because,
really?
you know, that's y'all thing.
Yeah, that is our thing.
That's y'all thing.
That is our thing.
Yep, the Ice Baby was stolen from him in his group because they
we
were
actually
alphas.
sing it. We actually say it in we do it when we strolling, and we've done it in a step show once before. Ice
Absolutely.
Baby. Oh, Ice Baby, the black and gold. So that's what we do. So shout outs there. And also, man, today I'm a great uncle, man. My niece had her son, Case. So I'm a great uncle, dog. I'm a great uncle today. So many shout outs there. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's doing fine. So I'm loving that. And man, shout outs to my barber, man, hooking your boy up. Now, shout outs to the beard. Shout out to the beard family. I think I'm about to join the bearded gang.
There you go. Beard gang all day, son.
All day, son. All day. Get to throwing up beard signs. So that's really about it. Now, for me, the other shout outs, look, everyone who showed up in the chat, you all are mad appreciated. Detroit, Slasher, aka Derek, Keith, Mark, Meef. Look, Simpson just hit me up over here on the text. Many mad shout outs. Also, I wanted to give shout outs to Ace and Knox, who were on OFR I think a couple of weeks back, man. It was good to hear those fellas on OFR, and AA, you've been proud, man. I build Knox's PC, man. I went down to Dallas and built his PC for him, so you'd have been proud of me. And
sweet.
Yeah, man. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm real excited about that. And just, man, really shout outs to Slasher for always dropping in and talking about us on OFR. And Jay O'Malley always talking about us as well. Shout outs to Hammer. And man, his last editing job, man, The dude is ridiculous, man. His editing jobs are stinking amazing. Every
He does
show.
it so fast. He's ready to post the show like an hour or two after it's done. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so quick, and it's a long show. Yeah, and he's a beast, man. So that and many shout outs to everybody on OFR, man. Everyone in the network, whether it's Tap the Craft, whether it's OMG Hour, whether it's Geeks for the Win, who've been back to podcasting again, who I watched, it doesn't matter. Look, everybody, we thank you so much. Hope everybody is really enjoying these holidays, because your boy is. Because I got my beard game on, I don't have to worry about my face getting cold. So everybody, thank you so much for watching Facetious episode 100. Look, we really just kind of getting started, so we hope y'all come back and check us out again. And next week we're gonna talk about the new smoke flavor, or the new vape flavor that Darrin wanted Mike to try, called unicorn balls. So thank you so much for listening.
Well, I mean, one of my little cubes of the little smelly stuff that you put in the little candle warmer things.
Yeah,
it's called unicorn poop, and it smells fantastic, sir. Like it smells fantastic. Like I switch it out because I'm a dude, so I usually use my cashmere woods.
Oh, okay.
Woods, and then but like when I'm feeling festive, I put my unicorn poop on, and it's always a good time.
There you go. All right, everybody, thanks for checking us out. Hey, share this with somebody, leave a review for us. Be sure to check out my boy AA, where you can, and that's really about it. We're back in your ear and in front of your eyeballs again next week. Peace out to the worlds.
Peace out to the world.
Roll Tide.